We all got COVID. I mean, everybody. Me, Jared, 3 kids. Oh, it was so awful. But I have to say I'm grateful because even though it was terrible, none of us were hospitalized. Our lives were not in danger. And so we're just incredibly grateful for that. But man, that was crazy. It's really easy in moments like your whole family getting COVID, in moments like this age of COVID over the last 2 years, to ask ourselves, where is the hope? Even if subconsciously you're thinking, this feels hopeless. You start asking yourself these questions like, when will it end? Will I get better? When will I get better? When will COVID end? When will the world get better? Maybe you're not even sure that you have hope or what hope is anymore. Hope is defined as a feeling of expectation and desire for a certain thing to happen, usually something positive. So what is our hope? What is your hope? What is the world's hope? What good things are we desiring to take place? What restoration, what healing, what improvement? What are we holding on to for a better future? There's a story in the scriptures that talks about a woman with a condition for 12 years, every single day, an incurable disease. As the story goes, this condition had put her in a position of isolation in her society. It had cost her everything that she had to pursue healers, doctors, anybody that would try to give her any kind of remedy for her condition, for her pain, for her suffering. But nobody could help her. All her money was gone. She was completely isolated from her community, from society, and she was at that point in her life where it just looked like this was it. There was no hope for her healing. There was no hope for her to be restored back into community, that she would live a life of painful isolation for the rest of her days. Her physical condition, her outcast position in society, her poverty, these give her plenty of reasons to despair, to completely lose hope. And that's how despair is defined. It is a place that you come to where there is no path forward. It's blank, gray, nothingness inside. And I think we can safely say that she was at this point. She was at a crossroads. Would she hold on to hope? Would she sink deeper into feelings of depression, going down that road of despair? Nobody would blame her. In psychology, it is said that despair is one of the most negative and destructive of human effects. Depression and despair are very real and life-affecting mental and emotional states. Nobody can doubt or refute that. Maybe it's circumstances, maybe it's trauma, maybe it's sickness, maybe it's grief. And these feelings of when will it end? Where is the hope? Where is the path forward? I just want to tell you that those feelings of depression and despair, though warranted, do not have to be the end. So how the story goes is the woman hears that there's a spiritual teacher coming to her town. This spiritual teacher had become famous, had become notorious for healing, spiritual healing, physical healing, and she wasn't going to let this opportunity pass her by. She found a little sliver of hope. The scriptures describe the environment like it was electric. The crowd was just so compact. There were so many people. They're all kind of pushing and shoving each other, trying to get close to the teacher, trying to hear what he has to say, trying to be near him. And this woman was desperate. She was in the thick of it. She had this idea in her mind that if she could just get close enough to him, she didn't even have to talk to him. If she could just get close enough to him to touch the very edge of his coat, that she would be healed. That's exactly what happened. Instantly, she is healed. It took all of her strength to push through that crowd, to get through all of those people close enough to the teacher. You can imagine her just like crawling in between legs just to touch the very edge of his coat, and yet instant healing. It was her faith in the teacher that healed her, but it was hope that pushed her forward to even put herself in a position to find healing. Maybe you recognize the story. You know that I'm telling a story about Jesus. Jesus, the Son of God, who came to earth to bring healing, to bring restoration, to bring peace, to bring hope. I just want you to know that if you are experiencing those feelings of darkness, those feelings of hopelessness, even despair, that doesn't have to be the end. Maybe you are a follower of Jesus and you are confronting these feelings. Turn to him, tell him, cast your worry upon him. There is hope. In the age of COVID, in our development and understanding trauma, mental illness, these dark places of the soul, there is one constant. That constant is Jesus. He is the hope. If you're looking for hope, I say try Jesus. He will not disappoint. Maybe you know Jesus and you have hope, and my encouragement to you would be share it. Tell the world about his hope. Why you are not sitting in those places of darkness, why you are not confronted with despair because of the hope that you have. The world needs to hear your story. Hope is available, and his name is Jesus.